Ayo, let's go. You know what it is? So that we get the Smoke and Bear Show. I'm Mike Rennie. With me as always, the lovely Mary. Just lighting up here, getting it going. How goes it, Mary?
It's going wonderful, and I see that you're recovering from a busy weekend of awesome racing at Saratoga.
Yes, it definitely was amazing. Everything and some. The people were just so generous. Family atmosphere like I was not used to having. Women betting, kids asking their parents to bet, just all what stuff you don't see in Portland, Oregon. My friends don't bet on horses, so don't get to talk about it. So that's why you see me all interacting on Twitter most of the time because it's my type of peep. So it's great to see the whole atmosphere there. It's not what you're used to on the West Coast, my neck of the woods of the West Coast at all. The people are just so nice and friendly. Literally the most friendliest town. I compared it to Bend, Oregon, and some of the locals that have actually been to Bend, Oregon actually agreed. It's kind of the same setup. It's that one strip kind of town with the Broadway and everything. So yeah, there's good vibes all around though.
Yeah, it's Saratoga is definitely a party in the summer. Not that
Yeah.
it's not always a party, but it is definitely a party in the summer with a lot of people coming in.
Yeah, no, it was good stuff. Like you said, you could tell I heard multiple different languages being spoken. There's definitely people from all over the place in town for the summer party, it looked like. And they had a party, let me tell you. Thursday, I thought was packed. They were like, that's not even full. Saturday, they said was light. And then to me, it's overwhelming. I'm pacing all over the place. Sorry if I missed you. I'm a pacer in general, especially when I'm firing. Mary can tell you. I was live to a massive pick four at Gulfstream, and I couldn't even watch it with anyone. Of course, went down in flames. You didn't see the ticket posted, but anyways, but it was good fun. I'm a pacer. Sorry if I missed you. Next time when I'm a little, now I've seen it. Now I know what to expect when I come back. So yeah, we got a great week of racing. Also, this week we got Jalen Samuel on later, horse of the day, and some plays. And I went over the curling race here for Friday. Race 7. It's a mile and an eighth. The 3-year-olds. I'm excited about this race because you could be surprised. You have some horses that haven't faced much competition. Then you got all the other horses that have been running against Belmont, all these other Grade 1 winners and stuff. So will someone come from out of nowhere, or will it be someone that's just running against better and that people have given up on type race, So I'm curious to see what happens. And I landed on the 8, Be Better. Won its first race after breaking its maiden. One of my favorite things, especially when the buyer doesn't go up like 10 to 20 paces. It doesn't look crazy like broke its maiden at 70, and then its next time out and it won, but it ran like a 99 or 100. That might have been its peak. So it went from an 88 to a 91, and it's the Pletcher. Keep them improving. I think it's going to sit off the speed of the race, the 3 AP Secret, the Safi horse, and get the trip. But you have the outside with the Chad and an Irad. Then you have Dylan Davis with the McPete 7, who will be the favorite, I'm assuming. So, yeah, it's a pretty good race, but I went with the 8, Be Better. Should be around 4 to 5 to 1, I think, there, Mary.
I'm hoping for a price on that then.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good race for 3-year-olds, and it's always good to see. So, and then Mary had a little bit look ahead here for the weekend for us. Also, Mary, what do you got here?
I am so looking forward to the Jim Dandy because you're seeing the return of some wonderful horses. Your second and third place in the Derby, Epicenter and Zandon will be there, and a lot of people I think are looking to those two. I personally am a fan of early voting. I really love this horse. I thought the Preakness was a very incredible race, and I want to watch it back a few more times than I already have. But I'm confident that I think he could potentially get it done. And honestly, if you have a choice of betting on a trainer in this, I'm betting Chad Brown, because Chad Brown has 2 or 3 of the entries, and I'm forgetting the other one now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, no, it's I think you're leaning on the right one though. For sure. I've been waiting. I think we all kind of want to see what early voting's going to do again. I'm excited. I think that'll be a good race. I think you're landing on the right one. I haven't went deep into it, but after I went against early voting last time, mistake, because I liked how the Modango race with early voting, back at Aqueduct, maybe I think they ran against each other. And then so I've been following those two kind of in Modango, how it got better. So early voting wins. So these horses just showed how the talent there. So I'm kind of with you actually on the early voting train, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
So looking so far.
Yeah. I think when early voting was pointed, he said no to the Derby. Chad said, we're not going to put him in the Derby. We're going to put him in the Preakness. There was intention behind this. And then there was that debate whether you were going to send early voting to the Haskell or the Jim Dandy. There was, again, intention behind it. So I'm thinking Chad knows what he's doing on this.
I'm totally with you. And as you see it, he's making the right calls for the horse. So he seems like he has the best feel of early voting, knowing to skip, knowing when to run him back because he won. And of course, the ownerships is probably asking, they want him to run in these big races. But if Chad's saying skip it, and it's the biggest race of the year, we could probably win the third biggest race of the year. If you skip the first biggest race, it's nothing wrong with getting one of the three big boys. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and it's like the Preakness always gets kind of overlooked in general anyways. So it's always one of those things. So yeah, I'm excited for this race, that race also. And Friday, have fun with that curling race. All these 3-year-olds just keep elevating whose game's going to step up, who's going to be who. A lot of time left. So I love it so much. Also got a little double here for you guys. I'm back to the Clement train. I played him when I was in Toga. I saw him and his son watch these races. I was feet from him. It's so cool about Toga. That's one other thing you just don't get. Literally the Clement family sitting there sweating races out on the same TVs. I'm sweating out Ellis Park and Gulfstream and stuff, and there they are, and they're so nice and just watching their horses getting mad and stuff. And they've been a little cold. They win obviously on a high percentage overall, but they're a little cold right now. I don't know if they won one last week when I was there. They lost today when I fired on them, but I'm going back to it. And the name might lean some way. The 3-horse is called Souffle tomorrow. So if Souffle loses with the Clement Barn, so be it. So we're going with race 2. We're going to single the 3 to start the double and go with the 5, 6, and 7 in race 3. I like the works, not too many, not too less of Souffle and Clement. Let's go. Let's see if we can get this double home. And what do you think? It was pretty cool, Mary. Like I'm saying about the Clement and like how everyone's close. Like you even chimed in when we were on Capital OTB. Once again, thank you for that. How you were saying how we just walk past and there's Chad and everyone's just walking by you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely one of those experiences where you're going to see people that you see, while you're home betting, and that's in a lot of places where you see these people, and they're people like you and I, and they just have these amazing careers, and they really devote their lives and careers to a game that we all love to play. So we thank them for producing and training and owning and riding some of the best horses out there.
Exactly. It's exactly it. It just shows how much they care about everything. I mean, these guys are taking it serious. They're upset when they lose. They're not, people, there are things. Of course, you can have the better side of blame stuff. You think it's rigged, It's not that. These guys are trying their butts off. I promise you. These guys care a lot about the ownerships. There's too much going on. So, but it's awesome to see all these people there close. And on that note, we also had a special one-of-a-kind interview this week.
Yeah, Jalon Samuel. I'm just saying Jalon Samuel was the best. He was so chill. He's just like, hey, let's just sit on this golf cart and talk. So you're going to see that right now.
It was awesome. And here it is.
Today with the Smoke and Mare special, we are both at Saratoga and doing some in-person interviews.
Oh no!
We have Jalon Samuel. It's great to have you here.
Likewise, thank you very much.
So I guess we're really curious of how you got into racing and what your background is.
My racing, it started with my dad. he would take me to the track. He's scared of horses, he's terrified. He wouldn't go near a horse. But as a kid, 2, 3 years old, he would take me to the track, and I just fell in love with the horses right away.
So are you from Barbados? Is that
Barbados
correct?
is correct, yes.
What's racing like?
Small little track, like a bull ring, but it's nice. It'll teach you whatever you need to know about horses. And we ran all turf races, but we work on the sand in the mornings. Barbados is a kind of, like I said, it's a small little tight track, so teach you balance, teach you to keep the horse together and everything.
That's wonderful. So did you start riding in Barbados or?
Yes, I did start in Barbados. I started race riding in 2008, and on the second day, I won my first race.
Wow, that's awesome. How old were you at the time?
I was 15 at the time.
You were 15 and you won your first race. 15 years old. I couldn't even drive a car or anything like that, and you're out here winning horse races. So okay,
15 years old, yes.
that's awesome. Is that pretty standard in Barbados?
Yes, we can gain our license, our exercise license at 14, and we start racing at 15 years old.
Did you do any, riding before that, learning how?
I was on a farm by Miss Dean and Richard Dean. He's a trainer himself, but they also have polo horses, so we would do the polo horses on the morning and some of the race horses as well.
Awesome. So, what made you want to come over to the States?
In 2016, I got a 3-month ban for fighting in Barbados, and then I decided, you know what, I had enough of it, and I wanted to take my career a little further. And I came and gave Akuda a try for the first time in 2016. I didn't think I was ready after like 3 months, so I then go back to Barbados, and since then I keep going to like Trinidad, Canada, Martinique, different places just to keep enhancing my riding. And then I decided to bring it back, bring it home.
So I'm not sure how this works on apprentice jockeys. Here someone might be like a 5-month apprentice and work their way up to, not being an apprentice anymore. How does that work when you're coming from a different country?
I'm not too sure, because when I came as a journeyman right away, but I do believe that you can get it back for at least a year or something like that, but usually like in Barbados we have to win over 60 races to lose that journeyman, that belt, and become a journeyman.
Very cool. So you like the New York circuit, I take it? Or?
I love the New York circuits, especially here in Saratoga. It's that small little tight turns, similar to Barbados. I love it.
Would you say Saratoga is one of your favorite tracks up there?
I would say Saratoga is my favorite track.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
So far in my career, Saratoga is that. It takes the #1 right now.
So you plan on staying in the New York circuit for
That's it.
foreseeable
That's
future?
it. Yes. I'll ride here and ride all the other New York circuits, and if I have to ship out, I'll ship out. Come right back.
That's awesome. You're doing so great, and you had your first win of the meet here at Saratoga just a couple of days ago on opening week. Well, just to start off the second week here, so congratulations
Thank
on
you
that.
very much. Thank you.
And
And on that, I'd like to thank Mr. Roberto and Mr. Keller on keeping me the faith for that horse, because actually I rode that horse last year here in our first start here, in our second start here, and she had a very good second with me on the dirt, the race I came off the turf. And since then, we riding her, trying to get her figured out, because she has a little temper at times. And it's amazing to bring her back here a year later and finally get the win back on the turf with her.
that's definitely awesome. That's great.
It's just with the owner and the trainer keeping the faith. He's been a good job.
So do you have any inspirations in this field, or people who really advised you well going into this career?
Yes, I have a lot. A lot of my fellow jockeys like Kendrick Carmouche, John Velasquez, Javier Castellano. There's so many names that I can call that they all just keep saying, hey, just keep going, just keep going, just don't give it up. I mean, just like 2 weeks ago before you came here, Johnny would say, hey, you're doing very good and you look really good on the horse. You can ride. You made the breakthrough now. Just keep going. Don't give it up. Just keep fighting. Just keep going. And that's the momentum you give some of the trainers here, like Ray Handel, Chad Summers, all of them, Roboto. They still give Noda. They give Safi. They all still give. Keep going. Don't give it up.
Definitely. I think that's great advice for anyone in any industry, and especially here. It's such a grind out here that you guys do.
And not just in this industry alone, I like to say, but anywhere in the world, whatever you want to do, whatever you have planned in life, and don't be scared to try something new either. Just go after it. no matter what it is. Take the risk. Go for it.
It's great advice here from Jelon Samuels. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
You're welcome.
We really appreciate it. This is our first time kind of being in person, Mike and I, and we're so glad to be boots on the ground here and being able to chat with everyone.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Imagine that. I got an interview last year, had on the same shirt. The lady from All Dubai, Laura, same as that shirt. And now I get an interview again, same, right behind the golf cart, same way as well. Unbelievable.
It's your lucky interview shirt.
Oh,
so.
And I want to race the next week, so let's hope we win next week again.
Exactly.
There we go.
Here we go. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
And
He's the
we're
coolest.
back. What was that?
He was the coolest,
Right? That was a real chill interview. Cart talk, watch your back there. We saw that backdrop there. Hey, that backdrop was smooth. I don't care what anyone says. That was great. Unplanned. Mary doing great there on her own, doing our little interviews. We're doing some more of that stuff coming. Got some stuff cooking. Obviously, the response was great from everyone with us. We appreciate that. Mary and I, we were talking about that stuff. We're not used to, and it's good to see that the vibes are rubbing off on people, huh, Mary?
Yes, definitely. And with that being said, I believe we have a horse of the week.
Yep, here we go.
So we had this sent in from, oh my gosh, I lost
That Sarah Horse Girl.
Yeah, Sarah Horse Girl. Yes, I apologize. Yeah. I want to say Katie for some reason. I don't know. My brain wires are crazy today. But this is Provocateur. They're owned by My Racehorse, which is an ownership group, and trained, as you can see with the logo there, Todd Pletcher.
Yeah,
so,
what a horse. Thank you for sending that in. We greatly appreciate that, Sarah. She does tons of stuff on her page. All horses all day, I promise you. If you love horse pictures and you like videos and all that, she has the good ones. So, yeah, check her out. And thank you for that again. Everyone's sending those in. And I got a play here. Let's end it off on a play. He's been doing pretty well. We're going to someone who I sat next to in the winner's circle, watch one of his horses run, which was pretty cool just to be that close to Mr. Rudy Rod. Little cold here. Ring of Fire, race 7. Rudy Rod's getting a W. It's his second off the claim here with this horse. Saya stays aboard. 417 Tomlinson number. I expect this horse to be ready to roll. Second off the claim for the Rudy Rod barn. Ring of Fire, the 3-horse, race 7. Get it done. Saya's Rudy Rod hitting on a 25%. So let's see if they can get us out and get Mr. Rodriguez there, his first win of the meet. If he doesn't get it, he might have one before this race. So maybe he'll get it there before that. But let's get Mr. Rudy Rodriguez going. He's a real cool, nice guy there. What do you think, Mary?
I'd like to see it. And how does that song go? Ring of Fire, flames will get higher. And, I think that flames
Cash,
will get higher is referencing the ascension of Rudy Rodriguez's victories in Saratoga, maybe. Is that, can we use a metaphor there?
I love it. That was solid. That's why love that stuff. That's good work. Hey, short and show this week. Just keeping it tight. Love and appreciate everyone. All the love. Once again, thanks for Capital OTB there for getting Mary and I on. Great experience for us, and it was just real fun and good stuff. So thanks for stopping by again, and we'll see you guys next week. Cheers.
Thank you.